Hey guys, it's Britt. Today I wanted to jump on and talk to you for a couple minutes about Katie Joy without a crystal ball. I had some thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so Katie Joy of Without a Crystal Ball has found herself in a new defamation lawsuit. And I'm going to make a separate video on kind of what's going on, my initial thoughts as of right now. But before I make that video, I really wanted to talk about something that I saw on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but I have seen these tweets myself, and I want to talk about them because, here's the whole thing. I'm very familiar with Without a Crystal Ball, all of her shenanigans, all the toxicity that she puts out onto YouTube and other platforms. I've never agreed with it. I don't like it, and I've shared my opinions about a lot of it. She put out a set of tweets 5 or 6 days ago, and I came across these, and for the first time ever, I had a sore spot in my heart for her. And I know a lot of people might look at her and say, how can anyone feel bad for her? Nobody should feel bad for her. I've made it very clear in several videos that I've done, no matter how much you cannot stand a certain YouTuber, you have to have the power and the wherewithal and the self-control to keep YouTube life and real life separated within reason. Now, I say within reason because obviously if you see someone mistreating their animal online, then you need to call the authorities. But you can't just make stuff up just because you hate a YouTuber. If you cannot stand this person so much, then it's probably time to unplug from that community and find something else to watch that's not going to make you so angry. I'm going to read these tweets and then we'll continue the conversation. So on July 28th, Katie put out, what people don't realize is that I've seen evidence with my own eyes of how this group tried to manufacture fake evidence of my husband essaying our son. They took steps to try to find videos of my child to edit a video to frame him for child SA. And then it goes on to say, they spread the rumor all over the internet and shopped the story to many creators in hopes to get my husband arrested, my child taken from me, and my career ruined. While doing this, they emailed me threats of SL my son's throat and SAing him. These aren't good people. Then it continues again. I've spoken to the police about the report, the claims that were made, and the videos they alleged they had. They were rejected 2 times by CPS for the reports and then went to the sheriff. They reported us for tax fraud and insurance fraud. They kept detailed logs of who submitted what reports so that the IP addresses were different for various reports. They spoke in multiple forms of chats, used fake email accounts, and worked in a chain to not leave evidence. This was sophisticated and deliberate. They purchased fake email accounts for cheap, created dozens upon dozens and maybe hundreds of fake social media accounts. They impersonated me on all platforms and had a woman with severe mental illness speak to a fake me for over 4 hours to get evidence for their scheme. The woman was subjected to watching videos of children being M, women being tortured, and she was told she would be K if she didn't comply. They didn't want to file the police report because they knew it was a crime, so they needed someone outside the US to do it. When other people watching say I'm acting irrational, erratic, or that I'm problematic because of this situation, they don't understand how much psychological abuse our family has endured the past 8 months. We are now picking up the pieces and working to hold them all accountable. I still can't tell you everything. I'm only sharing because what we have gone through, I would not wish even on my worst enemy. You can watch and snark on me all day, but when you abuse, threaten to kill, and try to extort me to comply, I won't let you get away with it. So those are the tweets that she put out a few days ago. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because with this new defamation lawsuit with Todd Chrisley coming out. Commentary channels are covering it. I'm going to make my video sharing my initial thoughts on it. There will be new people introduced to Without a Crystal Ball and all of her shenanigans. I hope in all of those new people that are introduced to her and the subreddit and all the commentary channels and all the people on Facebook that don't like her, I hope that in this new batch of people that are introduced to Katie and her new shenanigans, whatever might happen with this lawsuit, I really hope that none of those people cross over into the lines of harassing her, stalking her, faking evidence to get her in trouble with CPS, or filing fake CPS reports. You know, I take the whole reporting the CPS very seriously. I think that it's there for a reason. You look at someone like Shani for Christ, she deserves to have CPS called on her because there's actual evidence of her being a terrible parent. When someone's faking these kinds of things and trying to create videos to get Katie in trouble, that's just something that nobody should have to go through. As far as Katie ruining her reputation, she can do that all on her own. Why would anyone want to create something fake in order to try to get her child taken away or try to get her husband arrested or in trouble with the law? That's just not okay. That is not okay. Her actions are going to speak very loudly. She has already proven to everyone that even though she could have used this as a second chance, she is going on and on and on and on and on. And the whole thing with Tati was not a learning lesson. It wasn't an opportunity for her to start with a fresh slate or anything along those lines. So as far as her proving to everyone who she is, that will be done by itself. The people who hate her that much, where they're willing to lie in order to get her in trouble, tax fraud and all this kind of stuff, the people that take the hatred that far, those are the people that I think need to unplug and step away from the internet. And I do agree with what Katie said here in this tweet. You can watch and snark on me all day, but when you ABUSC, blah, 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 make threats, that is crossing into something that no YouTuber should ever have to deal with. You create a YouTube channel and you realize that you're being put on public display and there's going to be people that cannot stand you. Sometimes it's for good reason, sometimes it's for not a very good reason at all. So you go into it knowing the risk, but you don't go into it expecting that people are going to hate you so much that they're trying to create fake evidence to get your husband arrested. I'll never stand with any group of people that try to doctor up these kinds of things in order to get her in trouble. And while I have always said, I think that most of the Without a Crystal Ball community is just people that look at her hypocrisies and look at the mess. They just want to give commentary on it and they want to be surrounded by people that are like-minded. I do believe that there are those few that can ruin the whole bunch, and that's why to a lot of people the anti-communities are so bad. I've always said I don't want to blanket statement an entire anti-community and say, oh, they're all bad. But some people don't look at it that way. And when you look at what she has been through, it doesn't make the anti-community look like a bunch of, you know, intelligent people wanting to have a conversation about a problematic, toxic YouTuber. It looks like people that are out for blood and they literally want her husband arrested and her son taken away. No, that's not right. I'll never stand by it. I will never think that's okay. And since I am going to make another commentary video talking about this lawsuit, I really wanted to make an isolated video clarifying my stance on Katie and how I feel about her. And I do believe that she is fair game as far as commentary and opinions and even some snarky opinions. All for it. But I do hope with the second lawsuit that it doesn't create more people who hate her so much that they're willing to try to doctor up evidence to get her in trouble with the law. Because as much as I disagree with her, you know, talking about restraining orders and she's going to sue everyone under the sun and she's going to report people to YouTube and she's flagging videos and all this stuff that she does, disagree with all of it. In fact, I disagree with her primarily as a person on YouTube. I don't know her personally, but her presence on YouTube has not been good at all. Still have to be able to put a full stop on anyone who is willing to do these kinds of things just because they hate her to that much of a degree. It's really scary, and I will never agree with it. As many opinions as I've shared about Katie over the last year, you know, I started talking about her on July 27th of 2020, and I've had a lot of opinions about her. When I see stuff like this, I do take the commentary side out of it and I put myself in her shoes. And if someone was trying to get my boyfriend arrested right now by faking evidence, I would want people to have a heart for me, even if they hated my existence on YouTube. I would hope that most people would have that little bit of human compassion to be able to say, even if it's a bad person, let's not go around getting people arrested based off fake evidence. And on top of it, why are we wasting CPS and law enforcement's time and energy and resources when the evidence is fake? You know, there's been some questionable things going on, but as far as getting CPS involved, let's not waste those community resources because there are other children actually in danger in their own homes. So let's allow CPS to work on those actual cases, and let's allow law enforcement to, I don't know, stop people that are robbing jewelry stores or trying to kidnap children and traffic them. Let's allow them to focus on actual problems in the community. So either way, I will make the video sharing my thoughts about the Todd Chrisley lawsuit in a separate video, but I wanted to share this. What do you guys think about all this? How do you feel about people going to that degree to, you know, fake evidence? I don't know. I think that's pretty scary. So let me know what you think down below. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.